Alright, let's get started here, though. This is Kona, it's set in Canada, and thus the snow and stuff makes sense, I guess. Oh, apparently they really want you to play this game many times. Okay, so this game, despite being in windowed mode, if you leave the window, everything freezes. Northern Quebec, October 1970.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home
Well, hey,
about.
the CN.
Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
Wait, does Northern Quebec, is this a gravel road? It looks kind of like it's a paved road, but it should be gravel, right? Wait, I can step out, I can just, let me out.
Now wasn't a good time to wander about. Hamilton was still out there.
I was just gonna narrate my choices. Am I Wolverine? Now that would be a heck of a twist to a detective title. I can turn. I can go in reverse. Ah, I can't follow the train. Fair enough. Fair enough, game. Not gonna be terrain a car could go
the
over.
general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
I'm gonna do no chill. We're just gonna go full throttle down this apparently paved road, but one way only.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
Well, yeah, the signs, in Ontario for sure, if a road is closed, it's closed, outside of any cities, it's closed, quote-unquote closed. But if you have a vehicle that can take the terrain, you can just go take it. No one's gonna go yell at you for doing it. Oh. Okay. Native logs for some reason. Though I don't recall them having such human-esque faces normally. But hey, I don't know a ton about the natives from northern Quebec. We'll take all the fire starters. We won't close this bin because we're savages, apparently. Is there a jump button? Parkour! No? No shortcuts cuts down? What if I... Is there a run? No, you can't jump over the railings. Can I cut off this way early? I can. Is this stranger than fiction, where your whole life is narrated here? I don't know. I have not played that game. Oh, the movie. Oh. Oh, you know, I wouldn't mind a game that's like that. I wouldn't mind a game that's like a hard parody of that, where literally everything you do, they just say out loud. Manistan. It will be good. Oh, keeps going. Northern Quebec and its inexhaustible resources. The province of Quebec sits on an inexhaustible abundance of natural resources. Why not take advantage of this? Our valuable minerals could travel the world and reach places as far as Dallas. Travel the world to America, our neighbor. Okay. Our valuable get involved and invest now. Quebec's economic might will be awakened. Oh, you're right. That is what the Stanley Parable is. Fair enough. Although it's more, he criticizes you the whole time. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. At the heart of the wilderness, the north is swarming with wolves, caribou, bears, partridges, foxes, snowy owls, and hordes of other majestic creatures that are every bit the equals of Africa's wildlife. Are partridges particularly majestic? Like, partridges feels kind of out of place with the other animals here, but maybe that's a matter of opinion. There are several other raptors you could have put in, but here we are. We're the Africa of America. Okay. Okay. That's not something I ever thought I would see. That is a phrase I was unprepared for. We are the Africa of America. Sure enough. Go for it. Come discover the North and experience the genuine white jungle. You could have phrased that differently. Maybe, maybe you could have phrased that differently. Just Canada, period. The white Africa. Oh, the country Manistan and its people wish to see you very soon. The county of Manistan. Free rock? No. The heck is this telephone connected to? There's nothing connecting this hut. They don't bury phone oh no, there is. Okay. You got me. Anyways, let's continue here.
Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business.
No, they could not have phrased it differently. Just phrased for the effect that they wanted. Well, at least this road is cracked to shit, because paved roads to northern Ontario don't really exist, and they shouldn't. Like, the highway into a larger city or town might exist. To this place in the middle of nowhere that's one lane wide, I would be upset if it was paved. Then again, there's some places in cottage country, Ontario, like 3 hours north of Toronto,
Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country
where
house built
you
in the very
see
heart
like a
of the
handful
northern
of cars,
forests.
even
Not too far
on
from
cottage weekends, because of the it's just not a densely packed cottage area. But one of their councillors or one of their MPPs ran on getting the roads redone. So it's 2 lanes in both directions, and sometimes you see like 5 other cars going in one direction. In on a long weekend, you're just like, the roads are just pristine.
And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him. Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
I mean, Two jackasses booking it down a one-way, like, move to the side past street. Yeah, no, this is what happens. When I wake up still in the car, that means the other dude is dead, right?
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
Oh wait, I'm Carl? Or is he thinking of himself in third person? Talking to the Cha. Bud the Spud. Bright red mud. Sir! Sir, are you dead? How dead are
The
you?
driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help.
How did the bridge come down? You jackasses. Also see rich people going to the cottage. Fair enough.
Complaining was not in Carl's nature. It would take more than light injuries to interrupt his investigation.
On the other side of Isabella?
Such
There you go.
heart-wrenching Nordic poetry that was. But Carl didn't care much about flowery language.
Isabel, you gave meaning to everything. When you disappeared, so did purity. I would defend purity against the winds, the tides, against ice and blizzard. Cool. Wait. The R button. Oh. Read.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
I close this man's door. There we go. Not a dick.
This deep in the country, his last hope was to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it.
Will they kill me if I just sprint down the highway? Instead of going to the right, like they clearly want me to? And we've hit a invisible wall. The game very much says, no, you cannot go that way. Why can't you go that way? Because that's not what the story is. Which, fair enough, this is a story game. Oh shit, this tree
The
fell.
cold was burning Carl. He would not hold up much longer. He had to warm himself.
Heat source prevent Carl from freezing to death, so freezing to death is a thing that can happen. Is that a heat source? Or just a lamp?
Even better than he had hoped. Carl Faubert had succeeded once more, and was now on his way to new adventures.
They got a chain? What? I got matches, I got fire starters. Those windows are closed. There's some things. We're gonna wait out the storm in here, right? Right, game? Requires log. Fire starters and matches. So the fire starters are kindling, is what you're saying. Like some, the center of some spruce or whatever, or cedars that are soaked in oil. I need to find a log to not die. There are logs outside. Close the door. Okay. Give me log. Heat, warmth, stress down. I'm being viewed by an eyeball? Okay, so those icons are blocking chat. So we're gonna move chat middle. We're still warming up? We're done? Sweet. So now we just have to book it through the I just want to play a clip real fast. Actually... Okay, so chat is where I want it to be. Good. Here we go. Let's go. What does it mean I is... What's I covered versus I not covered, Gabe? What does that symbol mean? Oh, a shout out for BK. And we're back. So, I don't know what the I symbol means. But for now, we're gonna assume that we just can pick up infinite logs here. Let's take an extra log with us. Let's close the door. Go. We can light that fire as well. Come on, circle straight faster. Straight. And there's nothing here. We got a lake. We got a Quebec flag. Naturally, it's not flying next to a Canadian flag. I actually don't know if I've ever seen like an Ontario flag just without a Canadian flag next to it. Am I crazy? Is this circle weird? What did you want me to do, Gabe? Nothing up there. Nothing for me to find in here. Can I take this lantern with me, maybe? Door, I assume. Warm up by the fire again? No? Oh, it only counts for when we light the fire. We can never rewarm ourselves on a secondary fire. Great. Again. Well, let's thank you everyone for your redemptions, for shoutouts. Man, I climb these like stairs and go to the roof. 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 No? Exactly do they want me to find out here? They want me to waste some fire starters to start that fire. I didn't freeze to death. Was that the whole goal of this section? The tutorial for starting fires, and now it's time to run down the road? Oh, what if I throw myself down through this crack? Oh, they very much don't want you throwing Carl here to his death. Carl has no stamina. Yes, it's cold. Yes, running in the cold is difficult. On the other hand, he sprinted about 10 meters before he was just like, and we're done. Okay, well this is still an impassable wall. $10 meters is your limit, Cogswell? Are you a private investigator, though? Needs to heal his wounds and warm up before going any farther. Well, I warmed up. How do I heal my wounds? What button is medkit? And also, I don't have one. First aid kit? Equipment. Camera. Map. What? Okay, now the map is in my head. Okay. Consumable. Cigarettes. Locked iron box. He is required to open this. Who could have expected? Journal.
Carl, ever diligent in his work, always carried his log on him, in which he scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course of his investigations.
Case of vandalism. Could you at least zoom in on my mouse? Oh, yes, you can. Oh, this is a little wonky of its controls. Then a wealthy Chicago banker, Hamilton made his own gold rush in the north of Quebec, where he established a copper mine and helped his family's small fortune thrive. You can't make a fortune without breaking a few lives. Okay, that's... yeah, alright, fair. That's saying Hamilton... that's the saying Hamilton lives by. Okay, that's one thing to be like, okay, to say that's a saying. It's another one to say, these are the words I live by. Let's go wreck some lives. The expansion of his copper mine certainly did not help him make new friends. Hamilton is accusing the Cree people of attacking his estate, especially his luxurious hunting lodge somewhere north of Itibora Burmu? Is that supposed to be French, or is that supposed to be Cree? Yet another way to make friends. The Cree certainly do not hold him dear. His mind's probably upset the Great Spirit. Alright. The vandalism case is definitely for me. It needs the eye of a professional. I'm meeting Hamilton at the general store. Biography. Photos. We picked up a photo. A cold mystery. The weather is crazy here. An error margin of 30 Fahrenheit. I mean, yeah. Crash. How did I not see this section when I was paging through? An accident. I haven't been shaken up since Korea. Who's the driver of the other car? Whoever it was, they don't have a snowball's chance in hell if they intend to continue on foot. Besides, why did they leave so suddenly? A little bit of poetry on the back of a beautiful face. That reckless driver was also melancholic. Lock buttons would be wrong to look inside. Surely I should find some clues to who the reckless driver was. I still need to find the key, though. Do I need the key? Do I need to go search that car for the key? Okay, there's no option for healing myself. Okay, so I guess we need to find the key and open the lockbox. There really seems to be anything else for us to do. Or anywhere for us to go. Alright, I guess in Carl's defense that is uphill. We warm now. Cool. Pick the trunk. There you go. It would be easier to know if I could check something if, you know, icons popped up at any point. When I was literally looking at the trunk before. If you don't have it in the exact right spot, which is not the center of the screen, you don't get an icon. I can't close it now. There you go. Now we have a first aid kit. You gotta be real precise with interactions in this game, huh? How do I bring up this menu? There we go. Consumable. First aid kit. Now we can drive. Car stuck in the snow gap. It will not move without help. Yeah, well, I have the chain. And I have wood we can jam to the wheels. Okay, I guess we're doing just chains. We're gonna... I'm not driving right now for some reason. Carl, you're gonna back into the other car. Full speed ahead through these whiteout conditions. Radio off. Turn on. Turn on.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes, the Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
Yeah, that's a lot of Canada. Occupied by various natives for millennia, and then by miners. Is that a house? Where are we going? Sir, I ran a man off the road and he disappeared. They're probably dead. The game was not preferred for me to back up and go into this.
Carl was dying to stretch his legs, but he had to stay focused on the task at hand.
Which is to what? Where am I going?
Carl's military training had made him a very punctual man. Being late to his meeting with Hamilton was out of the question.
Then maybe you should tell me where Hamilton lives. Oh, that was just took me back to the main road? Really? Why was there a loading screen there then? I'm going to assume Hamilton lives at the end of the road because they're not telling me and I can't get out to check my map.
The truck was running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Was it? Because I don't know where I am, Gabe. You won't let me check the map. This is a great experience. Constantly loading. Oh, there was a sign. There's another sign, none of which I could read. I assume this is the general store. Dying to stretch his legs. Yeah, no, he wants to not freeze to death after being, you know, banged up going into the...
A milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit. A milkman had to drive by
I would
every
like to
week
close
fill the
it, Gabe.
bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
Is there the option to increase the interactions? Because it is kind of hard to interact with objects. And that camera sensitivity down a little bit too. Can I jack up the button prompts? I would like to be 3 times as large and easy to find. No? Okay. Ooh, that feels so much better.
Something fell to the bottom of the box.
We're gonna start stealing people's mail now. We are not gonna be a great person, are we? Almost.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training.
The Mabin wolves.
Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears?
Both generally avoid too many populated areas. That. Why is this shit glowing?
Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first.
Ooh, they're footprints. Warm footprints. Camera.
Prints? Carl found a surprise at every turn. Was the camera faulty, or was it a possible lead?
Which camera way? We need to open the shitter. How is there snow visible through the back of the shitter? Not how this works, game. Oh, it's definitely time to steal some gas. There's nobody here. I can't close it. I'm not. You know, I'm going to assume the interaction point is gone, and you can only open this door. Not that the game is not great with its interaction points. Oh, Mr. Hamilton, you're already dead. Yes, I noticed,
Carl
Gabe.
had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close, that the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
Take out camera, huh? The big old bloody handprint on his chest. Hey, Tinvek. How are you doing this this Wednesday? This is normal winter? Yeah, that's normal winter. Welcome everyone, cheers. Scotch will keep you warm in the winter. Though you'd probably want something stronger. Put the camera away. The place is a mess. I was expecting him to say it out loud, not for it to appear printed on the wall. That was unexpected. Don't mind me, sir. I just need to step over your body for this.
What could be inside that envelope?
Well,
Carl
nothing
was taken
now.
aback. He knew this address. It was said to be the address of the P.O. box for the Canadian Secret Service.
The what? Do we have a service called the Canadian Secret Service? Or the Secret Service? Or are they saying it's the equivalent? We have equivalents, but it's not the same at all. Vaughan. Ottawa, Ontario. I swear the character asked, what is in? Well, CSIS, yes.
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
What's the eye symbol mean? Does that mean someone can see me?
Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general store. That made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
You know what, Hamilton? I have a frog in my throat, and when people have a frog in their throat, they do not take risks by going to work. Customers can catch it, right? I'm a wise man. Not to worry, I have a nice doctor's note, which I'm going out to get right now. Sadly, in the meantime, I'll have to close down the shop, unless you would like to come and fill in for me. I wouldn't dare advise you, after all. You must know how it's done since it is yours. Kind regards, your dedicated manager, Gilles. Yeah, no, if you're sick, you should not... Oh. Go pump some free gas. Here we go. We've turned on pump 2. Why is there a ladder? What are we about to steal from up there? In the dark, it's recommended to use a flashlight or lantern. Why? Game? Oh, some coffee ads. Milk ads. Some Cottonelle. Although, apparently... they're not putting the brands out, but the brand... If you know Canadian goods, they're here. This is... Applejack spelled like it's French. Okay. Yeah, no, it's the Canadian dev team for sure. It is. They're just doing Canadian things now. General store also serves as a post office for the locals. Well, it appears they mostly do not have mail. To open the cash registers, punch the price 2 numbers minimum, press sale, crank 2 times. Punch the machine if it doesn't happen. Secretary wouldn't be a luxury in here. Wouldn't be a luxury in here. A secretary wouldn't be a luxury in here. That is an odd way to phrase that. Oh, back to the flyer. Oh no, it's a different flyer. Brochure 2. Manistan. The Klondike Quebecois. Jackbox is still up. Let's see. Quebec's Klondike. Northern Quebec's on. Excuse me. Northern Quebec's economy is blooming. The north of Chibougamau area's population will soon reach 30,000 souls, among which thousands of happy families will be prospering thanks to the hard labor of their fathers, who will be contributing valiantly in expanding Quebec's national wealth. Only their fathers. It is the 70s. Mines and hydroelectricity, hunting and fishing. The true Canadian dream. Turn it into your reality now. Northern Quebec is glorious workers' paradise. Yes, Cogs. The mines, a sector in full expansion. Did you know that since 1960, Canada tripled the amount of resource royalties it collects? Did you know the country's true source of richness is lying under our very feet at this very moment? The building of our schools and our hospitals depends on minerals, exploiting our resources, the road to our future. Okay, it's on the back. The county of Manistan and its people wish to see you very soon. So we didn't get another pamphlet declaring it the White Africa. That was in the last pamphlet. Take some cotton out with me? No? Electricity turned off.
The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
Okay. Wait, that means if I turn off the garage and I flick you on... Why did the lights come up? Do I need to start the generator? Okay. Oh, this is so white. I appreciate that that's actually blinding. Start the generator. What? Fix
Carl
generator.
was no electrician, but
Duct
he could
tape and
identify a
pliers.
wiring problem when he saw one.
Fair enough. Horn paper. Let it be known
Hate
you're
was
nothing
in the
more
air.
than a
Seems like some villagers
brigand.
barely tolerated each other.
robber, a garbage hoarder, a viper, a leech, a monster. You're holding a knife to my throat. Too bad for me, but... Okay, I guess there was no other side to that. HDR. I need to find a key. Go into the shed. So that I can get the tools to fix this thing. The game is supposed to be short. I think it's gonna take me like 2 days. Did we search his body for a key?
Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a
Oh.
terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him?
That was what I was thinking as soon as I came. I'm like, so he's dead. So that means we're done here because there's no one to pay me as a private investigator. Then your job is done. And also a murder case, I think, goes more to the police. Place is a mess. Thanks, Gabe. I hadn't noticed. Also, you hadn't told me that before when I clicked a different thing. But also, why is this shit glowing? Oh, it's a mirror. Why is this glowing? Because light. That's how light works. Okay, so we need... The key is probably in here. So press any 2 numbers, then sail. I'll give you the money. And now look at our very colorful, pretty money from that time period. And pennies are retired now, so you can't get pennies. Apparently this store only has pennies and quarters, though, so that could be a problem for making change. I appreciate that it is the 70s money. I don't know what the eye symbol means. Does it mean dark versus light? Like... my gosh. No? What's the key for? Inventory. Post key. We're gonna go rob someone's mailbox? This is a real crime. Private investigator, this is actually a crime. You're not allowed to do this. The real crime is that there's no Canadian Tire money just in this random store's till.
Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already.
How do you jump? Oh, there's a mountain. No, that's a mistake, and that's how you die, yeah. So I have a key, but I can't interact with any of the things the key goes into. Right, these are the post boxes. I have the key. Maybe there's something behind the counter where the mail goes before it gets sorted into this. And yes, it is indeed a very illegal. Oh! This post box must be what this key is for.
The murder weapon.
There was a bloody handprint on his chest.
What was Zach doing there?
Did he get
Carl
shot?
wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key. Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent, who would receive the box later on. Clever,
How about you
but
read
not enough.
where the key was
That's
going?
what happens to ordinary people playing spy.
There has to be an address on that, or the store owner is in on this. Like, so knowing who or the address that's on it is kind of very important. But I guess, hey, the game. It is a citizen of Her Majesty and the free economic chambers of the world that I must address what follows to the proper authorities. The worst is happening at this very moment. I cannot write at length, but I am requesting immediate help from my country. I believe the free world is in grave danger. A member of my community, the honorable, and then murder. Anyways, we turned on the pump. Fill her up.
The pumps wouldn't surrender their divine nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the
Oh,
store.
right, there's no power.
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
Three bullets left in the revolver.
Old.
They're going to put our fingerprints all over. Go inside. Go inside. So where does this key go?
A radiator without power is as good as a wood stove without logs.
Oh, a lot of drawers. That drawer is full of seeds. This drawer is full of seeds. Duct tape. Matches. Sweet, we can now fix the generator. Customer credit.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Maybe you can compare them to, you know, the address of the key, where the key was supposed to go. You know, a key, a very important clue to a mystery. Unless you want to think the geniuses have a really good plan for... Get out here, Canadian. Money. You're no good to me here. Come on. No. Oh, I guess none of these... Okay. Sure. That's all? Oh, we can climb it. Harry wine. Okay. No, no, no. So we couldn't climb it, was on that side. Now we can climb. Got it. Is there a way to see my stats if I'm like... Oh, there it is. We're slightly below half on heat. We have good health. We're slightly... we're about 50% stress. Okay. So we start the generator. Go.
Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
So we only have bolt cutters, and this dude does not have the skill to strip wires with bolt cutters. Got it. Got it. Fuck. Is this what propane cylinders used to look like? Like propane spheres? I mean, I would guess so, based off of that everything else has been pretty well depicted. I just had never seen that before. My knowledge, they were cylinders, thus why they're called cylinders. How does this do? Oh, there's something under the car? Great. Also, whoever threw this down, for whatever reason, why you gotta be a dick? Not your car? Not even the owner's car. Some random dude's car. Alright, well, it's time to start opening. +1 hardware. A jar of hardware? Is that... I'm gonna look that up at some point. Let's go around the back way. Already been an hour, and I'm sure this is supposed to be like 5 minutes into the game. Alright. Do the garage first, yeah. Light switch. There. Lights just... Oh, can I pull string you? Hey! Our character's apparently extremely cold. Okay. At least we know it's fragile. Fair enough, Gabe. Well played. And these are milk crates. Yeah, these are gonna be bottles of glass. Alright. Push the button. Free crowbar.
At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp.
At long
Surely
last?
it would come in handy at some point.
What do you mean at long last? Was I supposed to know about a crowbar? Oh. Alright. Okay, it just had delay close.
The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be
Yes.
supplied with electricity at the same time.
Now there's power. Turn on the lights.
The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone.
I thought we needed power to do that. I just couldn't see the dot without the light on, apparently. Or my flashlight was too bright. Okay. I guess, time to steal some gas. Unless there's some pictures to look at over here. Ooh, there are several pictures. Not looked at yet.
A nice picture of the Magasin Lachance store, seemingly taken the day it was first opened. It
No
feels
garage.
frozen in time, from an era long forgotten. Amateur hunters showing some pride at having killed a nice pelted beast. With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought.
Poor wolves. Poor wolves. They just chilling. Didn't even travel half the province of Quebec to come here. Where are we exactly? Alright. Well. It doesn't say we're exactly where we are. Fair play for a... So we turned... Okay, so we turned this place back on, so the heating's back on. This is the radiator. This is the corpse that we probably should be trying to preserve. We just keep them nice and warm, right? That's how you preserve a corpse, right? What could possibly go wrong? What? Broken clock, how convenient. That's some meta commentary game. Oh. Go. Now we can go steal some gas. Keep that body nice and warm. Ooh, there's a gas can we can get somewhere.
Carl knew straight away where to find the infuriated Gilles Lachance. Any good investigation would have to start there.
Do you want to let us in on where that place is? Carl might know, but I have to drive the car. Okay. Can't check the map when you're inside the car. Let's try... map. Alright. There's the general store. So we're going back, right? To the man's a chance. He lives right next to the store. Get in your car. Or your truck.
Carl was beginning to know the store and its surroundings like the back of his hand. The seeker had sought.
Okay, I guess the other exit. We didn't loot this truck. Forgot it was
That
here.
had to be the worst parking job ever. Who was Carl to judge, though? It may be customary to park like that around these parts, or not. The punishing cold rendered the door frozen tight. Carl saw no way to open it.
Pee on the handle, but... guess that's something you want to put in your game, that's fine. That should be right here on the left, but I'm not seeing a driveway. Oh, no, yep, no. Pull out the map. Step out of the car automatically. I do appreciate, though. There's the loop. So our sanity goes up being behind the wheel of the car that was forced off the road. That's fine. Give me a box. I missed. Oh, that's right. This area's got some loading requirements. It was installed on an SSD and also... Oh! That would be very bad. Arrow. Take out camera. Why is it red hot? But also, yes,
The
I pressed
crossbow
the
bolt
button.
stuck into the wooden stairs reminded Carl of the arrow that was said to have hit Achilles' heel. But who
It's red
was the
hot.
intended Achilles this time?
Do I have infinite film? Oh, we just litter. We just throw it to the ground. Free wood. Steal from those log piles. Alright. Oh, this thing again. Oh, there's a path you could walk. Oh. Well. What are we running out of?
The air was freezing, right down to the bone.
So, that doesn't normally happen. I guess flashlight? I'm assuming we're not in any immediate threat.
Looks like the holes in that puzzle are there to stay.
I mean, I can finish this puzzle. Line is cut. I mean, the labels all look very much the same as they do today, but it's hard to remember if that's... the brand hasn't changed or if it's just generic. Totally not Lipton's, it's Litton's. And not Sun-Made raisins, they're just raisins. Back. Social. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with taking stuff from this man. He's, not gonna need it. Looks like they were repainting the whole house. Go bottle. Water? Is this the first sink we've come across? I don't have a bottle, though. The unpacked boxes suggest they just moved here. Oh, electricity works. Log. How cold are we? Kind of cold. Cold enough to have to start a fire? That's the question. What the hell are you holding? He was about to make his dinner.
The pot was cold, and the stew inside wasn't cooked. It's likely that poor Giselle was slow cooking it before she got snapped. What a waste.
Snapped, yeah. Well, I guess we should check the body before we continue. Put on some music.
Ah, moving. What a pleasant activity. Of course, you'll find the record player only to find the records weeks later in some random box.
Oh, so there are no records to be done?
Was that the Lord Almighty's doing? A huge block of unnatural, glowy ice had swallowed that poor woman's body. What sort of supernatural force could have conjured this?
What? What happened? Well, I guess we follow the glowy hands.
Something was hidden under the stairs.
I should come back here later. Oh yeah, I forgot this is supposed to be a horror game of some sort.
The man grabbed his rifle. Carl felt a sense of dread in him.
Literally the north is coming for him. Just cold and wind. Bertrand Lockchant. The chance.
Perhaps their spousal relationship had been cooling down lately.
Well, he dipped. She became a popsicle. A meat popsicle.
It seemed like secrecy was commonplace in this house.
Why are you cracking your knuckles? Oh, he's warming his hands. Alright, fair. Giselle's diary.
Carl felt the cold slowly dissipate and was brought back to reality. Giselle was now only ice, and all that was left of her voice was a diary. She confided in this diary, amongst other things, the tragic story of a young woman, a victim. Was this what she was hiding?
Mother once told me when I first met Giles that I hadn't picked the brightest bulb of the lot, and as the years fly by, I'm seeing the truth of her words. Always trust your mother's wisdom. The blackmailing scheme is a prime example of Giles' brightness. He's like a small dog. He thinks he's bigger than he actually is. He growls, generally thinking he's scary, but everyone knows he can be pushed aside with just a little kick. He truly believes he can blackmail Hamilton, the big boss himself. It's gonna be a long time in hell before my poor Giles can manage to pull off such a feat. After all, Hamilton's a rich, learned, and influential man. Not only is that blackmailing idea bad to begin with, let's be honest, Giles is way out of his league, but Giles doesn't even know he's actually going to doesn't actually even know how he's going to actually carry out Giles is way out of his league, but Giles doesn't even know how he's actually going to carry this out. I don't think he ever would. He's just throwing random threats out loud in the kitchen. He says he'll do it eventually, but I know better. Successfully blackmailing requires masterful cunning, and Giles is a master of nothing. He's a slave and forever will be, okay? I often look at the safe he keeps hidden in the fake wall in which he stores all these incriminating documents he intends to use, and I can't come to gripes with the sheer ridiculousness of the whole thing. Ooh, there are more pages. Only 2 pages. That's a long journal right there. 2 pages. It is true that Hamilton would still have to figure out the combination of the safe where everything is hidden. The only problem is, Giles himself tends to forget the combination. He is a tricked out remember. His father's first initial, followed by 3 numbers. I had to engrave behind his pendant. Who could possibly have a hard time remembering 3 simple numbers but my Giles? Giles has trouble sleeping. He will flail his arms and legs in his sleep. I told him this blackmail business would be hard on him, but that's the problem with idiots. They always think they're the smartest person around, no matter how hard you try to shake them. Hamilton will find out, and then we're done for. We'll have to move to Valdor. Valador. Valdor. My accent is terrible. and live with the small fry. I'm shaking as I'm writing this. I cannot believe I have taken part in this tragedy. I haven't done anything. Why do I feel so guilty? Poor girl, she's so young. Oh, the blackmail? The subject of the blackmail? We need to find his pendant. Cigarette, the Quebec's mascot. Well, I mean, cigarettes and booze was a lot of Canada's mascots for a very long time. And now instead of being, we should tackle this problem, we'll just keep making laws like, hey, can't go on the lake if you've been drinking. You may kill someone else in your single man kayak. Is that a broken domino? Oh, it's dice. Like, how'd you break a card like that? Alright. So we need to open the safe.
What a mess. Clearly, there was some major revamping work underway here. The place looked barely habitable.
This place looks barely habitable to you? Yeah, there's no couch, but the bed is there. Okay, not having the couch kind of sucks. Was there anywhere to sit down here? Yeah, well, you can sit in a wooden chair. Close enough to the fire, you'll be fine. Can I take this log? Inventory is full of logs. Got it. No internet, no TV. But he's got a fireplace and a cross. Also, it says I can interact with the cross.
The cross looked after a marriage's well-being and served as a motivator to uphold the priest's sermons calling for more little worshippers on one hand and cautioning against guilty pleasures on the other. Indeed, the Lachances were still part of the God-fearing generation.
Ooh, 5 cigarettes. I assume that restores my stress level, which I constantly think is
a nice white coating would restore the room to
sanity.
its charm of olden days.
It's Quebec. If there aren't a dozen crosses, the church comes and takes you away. Yeah? Oh, so there's a... Okay. I do have a film limit. I should not be taking random pictures. Got it. That wasn't clear at all. Alright, 35 Polaroid films. So let's not waste pictures doing the garbage that I was doing.
Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachances had just moved in.
I don't think they did. It sounds like they've lived here for a while. Unless they just moved into this house in particular.
A nice white coating would restore the room to its charm of olden days.
So, this fake beer can is great because it's called Yeti. I appreciate. Looks like they didn't like the look of this place. Just needs a paint. Some paint. Okay, no. What it could use is a cover for that light bulb. Maybe a second... Oh, there's a second light. Where is the switch? It doesn't work.
Beautiful portrait of Gilles and Giselle, bound together by the chains of conventional love.
Alright. Hey Xeroxia, how are you doing this Wednesday? No bear, no TV makes Giles go something something. Crazy? Don't mind if I do. And then he grabs his gun and dips. gun was in here. Oh yes, before gun control laws. You just toss the gun in here with your your clothes. But I still need a pendant.
Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachauses had just moved in.
I've yet to find a clock that works. So we're gonna have to come back here to do a lot of things. Take that bottle at the back. Done. Oh, nice. Unpack boxes, yes. Well, where's the journal? The hunt? Question mark. The murder. So, caribou footprints? Fairward ice. Yeah, don't know the chemical process in which pictures reveal invisible prints. Looks supernatural, you think? We missed a photo somewhere that we could have taken. So wait. Bridge can be opened. Free meat. Loot these dudes. I mean, they don't need the fridge. Well, she doesn't. The other one could be alive. Why is there a cigarette in the fridge? Cigarettes are just detritus here. There's so many of them. Stack of potatoes, cigarettes everywhere. Hey, what if we free her? Some hard ice. Alright. Oh, we tried. I wanted to see the hint again. Hunt. Strange hunt is underway in the village, and the crossbow bolts left behind are disturbing to say the least. They seem to glow as if they were constantly being heated by fire without that fire spreading from where it was stuck. How is this possible? Okay. How do I get to the pieces of paper that I picked up? Documents. Her diary. Documents. Diary. And his thing was his uncle. His father's first initial, followed by 3 numbers I had to engrave behind his pendant. So we need his pendant, we need his father's name. Which might be Bertrand. Alright, well I think we've learned everything we can learn from this house for the time being. don't have a ton of heat. But also we didn't spend time lighting a fire in this house, so... Can't carry any more logs.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Ooh, something to take a picture of, I think, and the game is loading.
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away.
Oh!
A shiver ran down Carl's spine as he glanced over another body trapped in ice. Indeed, the scene was quite chilling. Carl felt familiar shivers going down his spine, and he was back to the realm of visions.
A wolf got him and he turned to ice? Dearest Journal,
To all
page
appearances,
1.
This was a hunting log. Better yet, a war diary.
The beast enjoys long slumbers. Its sanctuary seems impregnable. Ice is everywhere. I need to exercise patience and wait for it to come out, to think like a hunter. The beast often invades the settlements bordering the lake. It terrorizes the white people. They never see it coming, but they feel its presence. A cold dread grabbing at your innards. The beast excites the wolves, makes them more aggressive. One attacked me. I had to cut its throat. The blade digging into its flesh made the sound of taut wire. The beast is getting closer to the villagers. It moves at night, bringing heavy snow and strong gusts of wind along with it. I tracked it to no avail. I do not know the white man frozen in ice, but I do know this. It is the work of the beast. Its attacks curdle the blood of its victims. White men know nothing of this force of nature. I touched the ice in person of the white man, and I saw things, but I do not understand them. It was as if the past and present were one, or as if I was a spider, and with my 8 eyes I could see backwards and forwards simultaneously. This beast, this creature is not of this world. I must find the beast again, and if necessary, eliminate it. What do you mean, and if necessary? It's turning people to meat popsicles. Hey, it's pendant.
What could these engraved numbers mean?
What could
A fresh
they
path
mean?
suddenly appeared before Carl.
Hey. No. Game, I want to open it. Giles'
The
wallet.
vision slowly faded away, like an icicle melting in the palm of your hand. Carl, back in the real world, now knew who the icebound man was. Gilles Lachance, the general store's manager himself.
I'm gonna freeze to death. Go hang out with the corpse for a moment. Hang out with a corpse. There are apparently several corpses in this game. Oh. Plus warmth, plus sanity. Not sanity, plus... minus stress? This man died with his leg up and it's just staying up. My max heat yet? I am. I don't need max sanity. I'm gonna call it sanity because it's stress, and I can't think of a better way to word it. The opposite of stress. Max de-stress, max relaxation in a blizzard during a murder case with supernatural being. We're gonna call it sanity. So I don't need max sanity because the car is apparently a relaxing time. Heck is that? More ice? On the wolf path. The random mound of rocks. Start fire. Relog. Or is full. Mysterious journal, page 1. You search this bag. Alright, we're not full on fire starters, just logs. Where is the house? Where did I park my car? It's kind of my question. Alright. We are successfully running towards the house. But apparently we could wander in the woods. Oh! Or not. The loading screens will prevent us. Ultimate deterrent from wandering. Exploring in a game of exploration. Loading screens. You know what? Loading screens might be more palatable. Random stutter, and then a loading bar. Oh. That. How cold are we? We still got quite a bit. Go down this hill. What are you? Eastern Cavern. Can we go into the cavern? It looks successfully collapsed. So that's good for us. I feel like this detective probably shouldn't be going into a cavern. Do we take a picture of the cavern now? Bet there are footprints going into it. Is the answer to this story going to be Wendigo? I feel like it's going to be Wendigo. Yeah, I mean, why not keep it? I think we're starting to get cold. There's this way.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Headed for the car, buddy. The car. Yeah, we're still at half. Oh, we need to open his thing.
Carl had seen that kind of safe before. With its double-layered security system blending letters and numbers, its code couldn't be broken by the common
Necklace.
burglar.
What are the numbers? 739. Seven. 8. 9. Compromising file. William Hamilton is a crook. He has been blackmailing everyone in the village, myself included, like the infamous Sephrin Poudier. In this document is proof of every bribe paid by Hamilton to the federal authorities in regard to the acquisition of his dam mine. The fact that he has used his henchmen to install terror within the village will not sway the tribunals down in Montreal, but the fact that he has been bribing government officials surely will. I can already picture it making the front page. The English are all the same. We will prevail. What? I mean... the one line just seems kind of out of place, but okay. Written with different ink, Hamilton is not only a crook, but a murderer. I do not believe in his remorse. I firmly believe he will pay for his crime. I do not believe in native magic, but I do believe in their vengeance. So he killed a man. Oh, is Will supposed to be live today? I actually don't know. He did Fortnite last night, so I don't know. Not Fortnite. He did Fall Guys. Go to the heat source? It does not. In. I mean, we can go to this neighbor for no particular reason, but I suspect they may be frozen in ice. What? The hell did I hit? big is this? This game's like 3 gigabytes. I could have this entire thing loaded into memory. Alright, well, let's see who's alive here. Sir, are you alive by any chance?
Carl was no burglar. He didn't need to resort to petty techniques such as window breaking to find his way in. A good detective simply looks for keys where gullible souls hide them.
So where's the spare key? He's no petty burglar. I'm just gonna take random shit from your garage, though.
An aging car was parked here. Carl could picture the notary's heavy sedan with a huge back seat large enough to fit the whole family.
And it's leaking mineral oil? What's your pitch as to why it's a clear oil? Carl, if you can see so much. Inventory is full of hardware? It says I have 1. Oh, it's because I'm carrying logs. Is it actually because I'm carrying logs? Is it like a weight thing? Please, turn on the lamp.
A true Catholic always strives to keep lowly temptations at bay. Obviously, Carl thought, someone in this house wasn't doing a good job at upholding the Holy Bible's teachings.
What? Based off of what exactly? Oh, I see. Looks like someone had to hide their habits. I don't think can I drop? Can I drop them? I don't think I have the option to. Oh, I can. Oh, okay. Why was there only one piece that came out? Free hammer. Oh, it's getting cold. And we pick back up 2 logs. Well, we're about to burn one since we're gonna freeze to death if we don't. We're gonna get into this man's house and start his...
What was even the point of locking your door if everyone hid their key in the same place? Carl was starting to feel like his investigator life lacked challenge. The house smelled like incense, the kind that reminds you of the good Lord, of peace.
Cool story. Where's the fireplace? There it is. Oh. Wood stove. There's no shortage of fire starting materials in this game. Chat, why are you back up in there? I would have thought I moved it down for those symbols. I could have swore I did that. Their electricity work? What did I just say? Do their electricity work? No, where's the light switch? No loose change in the cracks. Sir, did you really make your way to this house and immediately check the couch for change? Cable's out. Don't worry, you're not going to get a refund from Rogers or Bell, so makes no sense in complaining. Enough food for rough times. Is it? Not really a winter's worth of food here for 2 people. Yeah, classic TV. And this one may in fact be supposed to be one made of real wood, as opposed to the ones that I've usually encountered, which are made of chipboard. And then got the layer on top. Oh, free steaks. Free steaks. Yeah, these guys have a lot of food for this time period. Huh. This game is constantly saving, and I don't know if it's something that I'm doing. Good. Catch wire. Catch wire for what? What are we making? Phone line. No sound on the line. So these are all well pumps. TV's on the other side. You're not wrong. So the couch is for watching TV. This rocking chair for looking outside. Staring at your kitchen.
The perfect cookie-cutter Catholic family, most likely attending church every Sunday.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of food, but is it a lot of food for 2 adults and 3 children? Not really. Where's the light switch? Oh, there's just no light. There's just no light in this hallway, huh? Okay, so this room is full of terrors. That turns the flashlight turns off as I approach the door. Whatever diapers.
The empty cradle sent an eerie feeling down Carl's spine, as if minutes ago someone just grabbed the baby and made a run for it.
We're gonna turn on all the lights. There's no light in this room.
The family's mother must have spent her days washing the filth off her kids' diapers.
Filth is a nice way to say shit.
Who knew that giraffes thrived in the North Pole? The craze for toys was stupefying.
Oddly enough, I've seen Christmas ornaments that look exactly like this thing. Without the top hat. Sans top hat, I've seen this as a Christmas ornament. Maybe more than once. Huh. Weird. Weird Christmas ornament to begin with. Someone robbed the cradle. Okay. Well, yes, that is what's being said.
Love of religion and ancestors was rooted deep inside the hearts of Canadians of old. to which the Bedards appeared to be closely related.
About this door. Game is center of screen. There we go. Those aren't Canada geese. And those are not lewds. You don't like your picture? Works of art from a future artist. Better than I can draw. Okay, Canadian World Exhibition, Montreal. I've seen those before. This mountain or trees. Bingo.
Religion was very influential throughout Quebec many years ago. Indeed,
Sketch.
it was surprising that Carl did not come across a single chapel since arriving here.
How did they draw the sun? Yeah? Fair? Good question. pulpandpapercanada.com Because, they couldn't even get a .ca for that, huh? I'm interested. This family seems very religious, and they got some dream catchers, as if they understood some of the stuff that was going on. Sylvie's diary. August 14th,
The Bedards had
1970.
vacated the
Jean-Luc!
premises. Carl gathered they would be of no help.
Jean-Luc never had a knack for mathematics. Try as he might, he never realized that he simply cannot be the father of the child I'm bearing. But how can I be sure? I have to keep this a secret, at least until the time is right, when it will be safe. Dr. B. Prue told me it would start showing soon, that I couldn't keep it hidden forever. Gotta muster courage, he said, with his usual condescending tone. Courage to face what's coming, but he doesn't get it at all. For him, I just had some childish affair. He doesn't realize I brought eternal damnation upon myself. Mary is very sick, and Jean-Luc plunges into despair. I told him nothing about the evil growing inside me. Sometimes I get the feeling he can see right through me. My Mary's suffering, and I'm the one to blame. Oh Lord Almighty, why do children have to pay for their parents' sins? 24th, Mary has recovered, but there's something really gloomy about her now. She seems so sad. Maybe she caught a glimpse of what dying is like. What if she's an unhappy child now because of me? Jean-Luc truly honored me 2 nights ago. If the baby makes it, Dr. Breprou could convince him it was born prematurely. It's my only way out. We're headed for Lac St. John tomorrow to visit Jean-Luc's mother. I need to. The situation is untenable now, and we fear the worst. Aw. So they had some idea that bad things were happening. Light on. That's where sanity stopped dropping. I would like you to comment on
Dreamcatchers
these.
originated from First Nations legends. They were used to trap nightmares.
No comment on that. This is a very Catholic house to have dream catchers in the 70s. I did not close these doors. I cannot close these doors. I recall it being like, I would like to see what's behind them. They closed themselves. What else has changed in the house? Nope, you know, we don't need the flashlight right now. What we could use is a hammer for self-defense. Hello? TV's immune to hammer. Got it. Ooh, is that a... Oh. Etch-a-sketch.
Good Paul 6, appearing papal. His crooked fingers gave the impression he was about to bestow a miracle.
Ah, yes. Attach wire. We didn't find any wire to attach. Oh, they're all closed again. Fucking tiny ass closets. Have a jump button? Can we jump up on these people's bed? Jump is not enabled inside of the house. Got it. Remember that we set this house up as a nice safe place? Props for a second.
Carl smiled at the sight of the nicely protected garden. Hopefully, the Bedards had managed to dig every last potato out before the sudden snowfall.
They said the wolves attacked... The dude with the gun said the wolves attacked him. Pope Shocker 4th. Let's chase some wolves with a hammer. Maybe it'll be fine. What the heck is this? Is that the cave again? No, we're on the wrong side. Can't be the cave again. What is this? Oh, stream. Alright, we should probably go back to our car before we freeze to death. Instead of, you know, just huffing it through this whiteout conditions with a hammer. Huffing it, not huffing it. Wait. Oh. Okay. We didn't find any wire in here, right? Wait, that is a flashlight quick button? Is this a map quick button? There are quick buttons. What's crowbar? Print. Flashlight. Inventory is... That's the journal. Inventory map. 2 is the button. 3 is camera. 4 is flashlight. So no, there's no quick button for crowbar. Not that we've seen any reason to need the crowbar. On the other hand, crowbar. 1 beer bottle. Oh, we can carry some water with us. Or some gasoline. So... we haven't found any wire, and thus far none of the buildings have required grabbing items from other buildings. We did not close this gate. I don't think we could turn it into a Molotov, but we can definitely fill it with gasoline for... reasons? They didn't tell us what it was for. No sign of wire. Fill bottle. Okay. Apparently that's not... this is not the right bottle for that. Wire. Oh, we can attach wire to an object. What item can be enhanced? Some wires. What the heck is the steak for? Is it a raw steak? The roast steak. Oh. Can I cook it? So this is how you keep the wolves off you. So if I followed the wolf tracks, I would have to figure out how to throw some meat or fight the wolves. That's my bet. Oh good, we can pick it back up too. Cherry wine is useful for something. Yes. Empty gas can. Oh, we do have a gas can. That's right. Okay, well. Let us see where we're going then. We can go see Roy. Roy is straight south from here. Not straight south, straight in the direction I'm looking. Or we can take the road like sane people. So we're kind of wandering aimlessly at this point because I'm not too sure where I need to go now. Because I found the cave and there was nothing there. Is there something moving inside there? Maybe a little trick of the eyes. We fled. It was getting too dangerous. More people live in North Manistan. It will be safer there. Ian Roy.
It was a classic Canadian house. except for the absent horde of kids that would normally be swarming about.
Did they pay their electricity bill? Oh, they did. So a lot of people have fled.
Just one more move and White is checkmated. Game over. It seems the game was abandoned right before the final strike came down.
The fantasy. Matthew had yet to add murder to his curriculum. He was fond of new experiences, especially the most thrilling ones, and taking the life of a flesh and bone individual who the night before was still able to think, dream, fantasize, calculate, read, held the promise of exhilarating sensations. Unlike Raskolnikov, it wasn't about axing an old Jewish hag to pieces to test some lunatic theory. Not at all. Matthew wanted to know how it felt. It seemed so simple. Horribly simple. He didn't have any particular victim in mind. It is kind of hard to read this text, by the way, with the text in the background and then the text in front. He didn't have any particular victim in mind. Like most people, his desires ran quite wildly, so he only had a vague idea of them in mind. He pondered using a rifle or a knife, assassinating a young girl or an old man. He tried to focus on practicability. His victim would have to be defenseless. Bodybuilding wasn't exactly Matthew's strong suit. He would have to act spontaneously, but not too much. He wasn't that eager to learn what spending the rest of his life in prison would be like. Some experiences carried just too high a cost to be worth it, really. Okay. Okay. Books.
Simone de Beauvoir, Claude Lévi-Strauss, Hannah Arendt, Roland Barthes. Carl was surprised by the literature filling this liberal-leaning bookcase. Could there really be intellectuals dwelling in this far-off land?
Yo, I feel like that's some shade, Carl. Hold up. Carl is standing like this. Well, his neck is extended. He's like... Man is just, Sir, you can rest your arms. I like how the loading makes it look like the game has crashed. Yeah, every time. Can I reach the cookie jar? Cookie jars are always too high to reach. I mean, that's the idea. Gotta keep those children's paws out of them. No, I want to open this one, not close the other one. Free meat? No? No cigarette in this fridge, though. I think the phone didn't work. They didn't bother giving me a message, though.
The photograph was snapped not too far from here, Carl noticed. The couple seemed to be very good friends.
Well, the couple doesn't live anymore, so...
The couple radiated something akin to lightheartedness, to freedom. Perhaps some people out there truly found a way to live happily ever after. A picture of Wilfred in his youth. Carl figured right away that the man must have been some kind of wildlife officer.
The hunting kind or the preserving kind? Hey, we finally have water. Why'd you switch backwards? But that's fine. Monopoly. Oh, I'm sorry. Conopoly. You win if you pass go.
All manners of clothing were gone, as if the Rois drove out of town with their closet in tow.
I mean, it's cold. Take all your clothes with you if you can. Unoccupied fish bowls that are filled. Interesting. Novel page 2, the fantasy. It was around the time that Matthew met Patrice. With mediocre beauty at best, the girl with her distinctive features, cheeks covered with large pox-like freckles, Jewish nose, oily forehead, tired but vibrant eyes, shaded red hair, slender as a child's body, chirpy laugh. You name it, it was the very image of innocence. That happened to be precisely the kind of victim Matthew was picturing in his mind. Sure. One night, he was contemplating the ceiling from his bed. He swore to himself again and again, "I'll kill her." His dreams were later filled with the images of the imminent crime. I mean, I hope that if I said it fast enough, no one would be like, "Really, Gabe?" He held up with a simple enough plan. One fine evening, he would visit her place to become familiar with the area's intricacies and feel closer to the impending murder. To slowly dig into Patrice's thoughts, desires, dreams, and abilities. This way, he would be able to get a concrete sense of what his sinister deed would be stripping away from the very fabric of life. The whole thing would take 2 days, a week at most. And then he married her. Because I feel like that's the stupid result of that story. I mean, we're about to see. Here's a picture of someone head back, laughing into the skies, maybe. Ooh. Ammo box? That was a rifle size box. Oh, the
Not a
rifles are
single
missing.
weapon was left. All of them were gone.
Well, I guess this is a side story house of weird fantasy murder. Page 4. Ugh. Well, we're gonna read page 3 first. The first time he met Patrice, however, she unexpectedly revealed her troubled origins to Matthew. She was adopted at the age of 4 and recalled her former life, and recalling her former life still gave her a hard time. She played the piano in so graceful a manner that people often thought she must be the natural offspring of a musical virtuoso. She always cried before falling asleep, torn from the inside by a dreadful pain she could not explain. She confided in him so profoundly that Matthew couldn't get enough, coming back every night to learn every single thing of what would come out of that delicate mouth after pulling one last breath out of it. Every night he reflected on what the death of Patrice would mean in terms of loss to humanity's common heritage, be it the sound of her sobbing or of her piano melodies, the compulsive tapping of her long index finger on her temple when she harbored dark thoughts, or any other little thing. It didn't matter. Everything would indiscriminately vanish. Everything! All these thoughts made for some blissful slumbers indeed. Alright. Then days became weeks, and before he knew it, it was Matthew's turn to throw his secrets to her. His hopes. His cries of despair, as if throwing coins in the wishing well. She'll be dead by the end of the month, he promised himself. Now go to our inventory to read the other one. Oh my gosh, it's just getting a larger radial. So by the end of the game, it's going to be little tiny slivers.
A murderer's diary. Carl's detective training compelled him to write some excerpts down. What sort of monster could give life to such a bizarre tale?
The two lovebirds were still going at it 7 months later, though confiding fears and desires alike near the fireplace several days a week. The populace took notice, and wounding words eventually found their way to Matthew's ear, prompting him to take action to prove his gentlemanship. He had to ask Patrice's hand in marriage. He would have more than enough time to kill her later. Oh, alright. The day when Matthew stares at the motionless ceiling just like he did 20 years ago, he still wonders what he would be removing from existence by slitting Patrice's throats. What he would be depriving his children of, then. As if soothed by his fantasy, he gently drifts off, smiling the night away. Uh-huh. Lady in her, this is not how I'm feeling after reading that story, but sure. She's having a great old time of, He-Man headbacks laughing. Okay, let's check our journal. Let's stand somewhere a little darker, apparently, and check our journal. Turn our flashlight off. Oh, alright. The hunt. Got a hold of a journal. It bears witness to a hunt. Someone tried to stop a beast. I can't understand all of it. Okay. Hamilton's murder, 3 of 3. Hamilton's murder, 2 of 3. Hamilton's murder, alright. My client is dead, everything's going wrong. Secret Service address, just my luck. Envelope torn open, address to the Secret Service. If I remember correctly, the whole thing is more intricate than it seems. Is getting rid of the murder weapon by putting it in a mailbox really the best way? There most likely won't be any prints on it. I would have paid to see the postman's face when he found the thing, though. Another envelope addressed to Vaughn. There we go. Vaughn from the Secret Service. There's a key inside. The killer must not have known it was there, or they would have taken it. I'm one step ahead of them. Investigative hypothesis. I can easily trace back the chain of events. Hamilton wants to send a very confidential denunciation letter to the Secret Service in Ottawa. He's planning on sending the letter inside of a lockbox, and to send the key separately. It's cumbersome, but he's doing what he can. But something throws him off while he's in a hurry. He locks everything and mails the key, but the box somehow ends up in his killer's hands. When you find death threats and the person threatened is found dead, one could say the case solves itself. Only a shame the note isn't signed. Gilles Lechance went to the doctors. Now I need to know if the doctor saw Gilles. I know how to lead the perfect investigation. Blackmailing Hamilton would have been beyond Giles' capacities. Could he have bitten off more than he could chew by jumping from blackmail to murder? More likely, could Giselle have convinced her husband to kill? After all, her docile partner seemed to obey this strong-minded woman. So we're missing a picture for the cold mystery still. For what it's worth, a vision told me things weren't going so well between Lechance. They were hiding many things from each other deep down. volumes about that. She even reveals secrets so that her husband's safe. Many screams and secrets between them. Gerard family was completely empty, not as little soul. They got lucky. No rushed escape for them. Only an easy vacation with family in Lac Saint Jean. Danger drives people away from their hamlet. The Roys are no exception. Okay. So we're supposed to go see the doctor. And we're missing 2 mysteries still. Okay, so there's a lot more game here. The journal's made of papyrus. I mean, it's certainly aged. Oh, you mean the dude. Yeah, why not? Oh, I hate that all the doors close themselves. Also, propane tank inside. I don't know where you would hook the stove up to that. Anything else on this property to look at? Little doghouse. Doesn't look like it. Let's go back inside and look at our map. We've gone here, 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 here. We found a cave there. There's the cabin down there. The road is blocked. Can't go back to the rest stop. The doctor, I was like, I don't know what the doctor's name is. Apparently it's Doctor on the map, so I don't need to worry about a name. We need to go left at the general store. The map away and open the door, sir. Dr. Booba. Works for me. You can help Snake, and then she can help Carl. How do we get in here? Road. Oh, that's the road. Why have we hit his mailbox? Oh, his mailbox is made of concrete? Jeez. Invincible mailbox. Tired of all these jackasses running down your mailbox. Oh, we're loaded. Can't see anything, so I assume that means we're near the general store. Yep. We left the pump on, right? I can't carry the gas tank if I fill it. Okay. Let's come warm up with the corpse. Which also, for some reason, fixes my sanity as I stand over this body. Let's go look at our inventory. Please tell me it lands on top of the body. Well, it rolled into his body. It definitely bounced off of him and rolled through his leg. We're doing such a good job of preserving the crime scene. We threw a we threw a blanket over his eyes. We turned on the radiator to keep him nice and warm. Now we're throwing some logs in there. Alright, let's try again. Hiking trail markers make me a little concerned that this game is going to be a lot of running through the snow at some point. But hey, we're going to visit these houses. We visited 3 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 of 10. We're 30% done through checking houses. Not a yield sign? Where's the turn? Miles per hour? When did we switch to kilometers? Oh, I'm on the right trail. Alright. Is the house here? Oh, well. How do we get to that house? Through across a different bridge. Got it. Late 70s. Metrification Canada began in 1970. And ceased in 1985. As in we were done, or we just gave up? Because a lot of things are reported to me in Imperial. We gave up on it, so it's half things are listed in metric, and you know. You go to the dock, they're just like, you're this tall in feet, and you're just like, how about you tell me my height in centimeters, my dude? This is how many pounds you weigh. Okay. Do you do kilograms, Doc? No? Okay. Guess I'll just do the conversion myself.
There should be a law forbidding doctors from falling sick.
Metrification of gasoline and diesel fuel sales in 1979 prompted 37 progressive conservative members of parliament to open a freedom to measure gas station in Carlson Place, Ontario, selling gas in both imperial gallons and liters. Medical emergency in town, the doctor there is sick. I'll be back soon. If he dies, I won't be returning. I'll have to replace him. I mean, that seems fair.
Finding a locked door in the country is not that big of a deal. Carl knew a key had to be hidden nearby.
Yeah. Well, those classic British gallons. Seems fine. Yo, there's no wood here. This clinic is not prepared for the winter. Then again, it was only supposed to be 50 something Fahrenheit. That it's, you know, quite a bit below. Ooh, free lantern. And also the outhouse that doesn't have a pit. Then again, I don't imagine most people's complaints about this game involves the outhouse is unrealistic.
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold. In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
Sewing shop, physician office, same thing. Now, did this clinic pay its electricity bills? Seemingly not, because there is 0 light fixtures on the roof. Unlocking a door isn't enough. What? Oh! I see. It's been nailed shut. Isabel. Through. Purdue. Eye patch,
For
free
the
eye
one-eyed,
patch.
or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
Okay, attach wire. What are we attaching wire to? I mean, at some point I'll figure it out, I'm sure. Also the solution of choice for pirates, you were right. You were correct. And this is how we learned this was in fact a town of piracy.
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
What? Just a little large. Besides, this is a... Oh, my shadow has got... My shadow's become pixelated. It wasn't pixelated before. That's weird. Doctor is apparently fascinated by history. The doctor is a hell of a wine rack. Store in a cool, dry place with a constant temperature, they said. So our main character here is disapproving of this wine rack because it's not in a cellar. Okay.
Someone
Take out
had lost
camera.
a few liters of blood here.
That is
Carl's
not a few
first
liters
thought
of
had been a
blood.
lumber accident, someone's hand cut by a saw, or a hunting accident. In any case, whoever had lost all this blood couldn't have gone far. Perhaps they were already dead.
You should be careful next time. Though apparently you're already dead. You'll be dead. Oh, be careful. You'll be dead. Yeah, there you go.
A chamber pot. Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation.
Communist Manifesto.
A
Okay.
communist manifesto. Only a few years ago, this type of allegiance meant prison time. And even at present, the Western world was very wary of the Soviet threat. Why would the doctor own such a book?
Why would such a book be illegal? Owning the book is not... should never be a crime. The history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. Is this literally just going to be a part of the Communist Manifesto? Yeah. I don't think we need to read that. I think we've all encountered the Communist Manifesto more than enough.
Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside.
Well, no, what happens is you get told where you're going, especially as a new doctor. If you can't open yourself a clinic, I don't know how Montreal works, but I know in Ontario for sure, if you can't open your own clinic, or sometimes even before you're allowed to open your own clinic, you get sent somewhere.
Doctors used light-reflecting frontal mirrors to look inside the patient's cavities. That was a bit unsettling, but back then, it was pretty much always the case with medicine.
Why is this line why was that line in past tense? Unknown woman. I never did quite catch her name. The men called her Laura. She had a neck wound. There was so much blood. The bullet had done a lot of damage, probably hitting the cerebrum. It was hopeless. She had a cardiac arrest. The men had found her like this, they said. I doubt it. But in a small town like this, it's usually best to turn a blind eye to a woman shot in the head. Game, no. I've been told to step back from sending out the death certificate. This whole thing sickens me. Rosier Armin, no medical explanation whatsoever can explain why old Rosier is still alive. As we in the trade say, the only way to cure him is to kill him. Sylvie, Bernard, all of her symptoms point to the same root cause. She's pregnant. She refuses it. She denies it. I'm willing to bet her husband is not the father. Let's just hope it's not Everett Lockhart, though, or she would have an illegitimate child and syphilis on her hands. You're writing other patients' information on someone else's, like, medical information? Doc, I don't think you're... Okay, Doc. Oh, we can just keep reading these things,
There was no doubt
huh?
that the doctor and Hamilton knew each other very well.
Hottie can't be cured. Chronic foot pain can't walk long distances. Rich, I'll cure him of that one day. Love that these are the doctors. These are written on these are actually like medical files. We'll cure him of his richness one day.
The injured could be recognized by the large stains of red, an informal nickname given to Merbromen, smudged all over their injuries.
Is there a kitchen in here? There is not. So why does this man have spatulas, a ladle, a cutting board, a wooden spoon? What you doing here, buddy? What medical procedure requires a ladle? You're gonna scoop a little bit of this junk out of the abdomen. You don't need all that intestine anyways. Stewopsy? Yeah, you definitely would want it out of you. Oh, that's you're cooking. Imagine you're cooking is telling someone. Ooh, is it a good burn? I don't know. Be like your cooking is so bad that the doctor keeps a ladle to remove it from his patients.
Great care had to be taken searching this place full of oddities. Everything was important. The decor itself told a story.
We don't know how the old old man is alive. Maybe we should have done this in the doctor's office, so I wouldn't freeze to death. Back in we go. The mat back. Good. The fire for a moment. Bring out our journal and see what other clues we have then. Vandalism. Crash. Here lies Isabel Pshu that explains the melancholy of the poem behind the picture. In the box I found a state affair, no less. Hamilton wanted to expose some shady activity by enemies of democracy. I still need to figure out why the hell this message ended up in the doctor's hands. The reckless driver was definitely a fugitive running from some scene of their crime, still covered in Hamilton's blood. What a mess. Cold case, cold mystery, Hamilton's murder. According to the doctor's medical file on Hamilton, the two men seemed to get along pretty well. They were friends. Hamilton had so few. It's never good to disclose communist ties in a small village like this, where the established order is fiercely defended. Was it only intellectual curiosity on the doctor's part, or actual convictions? Got the chance, yeah. Is this a picture it wants me to take somewhere? Picture of the... of what?
The good doctor, flanked by his beautiful spouse. Pure happiness, captured on cardstock. Carl recognized this woman's soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupre who had hit him head-on at the village border? Nobody kills a rich patient to start a revolution. It didn't make any sense. He had to dig deeper still to understand. Luckily, that was Carl Faubert's specialty.
Did that picture get added to any part of this file? Or did I take such a shitty picture that just like, nah, you get nothing. Young woman. There you go. Who is this Cree woman and what happened to her? I think points to certain death, but no death certificate. Less than 2 days ago. Nothing is worried about that unless... Ooh, nice rug. Seems like it wants me to take a picture of something, but I'm not sure what it is. A picture of some pictures doesn't make sense. Guess we're just going to the next house, since we, again, have no particular clue on where we're going. So down the road and on the right.
Carl felt like
off
he
into
knew
the
the
woods.
doctor now. His belongings had spoken lengths about him. But what Carl had heard worried him.
Hit a stump. We're good. We're gonna see the old lady. I keep saying old lady. Old man. I assume this is the path to him. And you can really... Is Carl a giant? Like, I feel like I can't see shit through his windshield. Ignoring the whiteout conditions. I feel like the majority of this man's vision is the roof of his car. Several structures here. Interesting for that the old man lives on a small compound. Probably hard for him to get around and the like. Cinder block here, that'll open a lot of things. That, oh, it's just a cut branch. Ooh, he's got a fire going. Oh!
Oh, mon bonhomme! Qu'est-ce que tu fais là, l'étrange?
Can I come inside?
Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'un étrange retentisse par ici. Moi te dire.
This is the first person we've seen who's alive.
J'ai ma carabine au bout du doigt, et puis bang, 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 si ça s'approche.
That
Si tu veux
thing?
du linge chaud, parce que t'es habillé comme un gars de la ville, je dirais pas non à une bonne bouteille de caribou. Puis tu pigeras ce que tu voudras parmi mes guenilles.
Bottle of caribou for a coat. Sir, are you gonna shoot me if I loot your house? That's all the conversation we can have. You're not gonna tell me about the thing lurking?
Tu marches, tu sens des pieds.
Walk, I can smell your feet. Alright. Crazy old man who doesn't have any information to provide, just ready to shoot anyone going through the door. You're not a wandering, vengeful spirit. Yeah, we're in fact not dead, apparently. He who those windshields were made for. Blue tint at the top. Okay. The only people whose eyes are shaded by that the tint, pre-tinted little strip.
Dans mon temps, c'était comme sur l'image. On était vrai, fiers, forts, puis on avait le bon lieu de notre bord.
Don't mind me, sir. Just looking.
Oyez, 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 il y a un petit gars d'écarté dans ma maison.
What?
C'est encore beau. Tout ce qui est vieilli est bien meilleur. C'est encore beau. Tout ce qui est vieilli est bien meilleur.
Is there like one of the options save? I'm gonna pick up this bottle and he might murder me. Alright. Tales and Legends, page 1.
C'est le Wendigo. Ouais.
Wendigo!
Le
I called that like 2 hours ago. But we'll see. Maybe this is just other lore unrelated to what's actually happening here. Tales and Legends, page 1. There was a time when hate waged war. Our hunters would decimate the great wolves who had taken our children. Our warriors could snap the necks of the cowards who had reached for our supplies. The deafening sound of rocks and bone breaking was enough to satiate the hate, and the rivers of blood would express our remorse and apologies. Thus was balance maintained. Then came the whites. Well, the legend of the Wendigo dates... Again, doesn't lead into the rest of this, but then came the whites. The legend of the Wendigo dates back to a time before what anyone but the tallest trees can remember. A time of great cold and great aspirations. When the ships came and spewed men and their fire cannons, plagues, and spinelessness. Balance broke forever. The dead were piling up on our ancestral lands. Too many bodies covered in moss. Too much blood spilled on our stone. Our bone-breaking hate did not suffice any longer. So this line leads into this, but it's got a line in between that had me confused for a moment. Full movie, 28 minutes. I have not seen this. I will watch this later. I'm a paddle to sea. To the sea. Back in the water. Oh, the second page. There are several pages. Let me get a drink here.
D'apparence que mon caribou tarde.
One day, a young warrior who had lost everything, nieces, brothers, parents, and hope, fell to his knees in the middle of a small clearing, covered in the blood of his fiancée, killed after having crossed the path of some whites passing by. He had seen everything and called out to the Great Spirit, called out to him with words that came so naturally to him, words that could only create a great river of blood and guts and a terrifying roar of screams. He called out to him for a force that no one had before. He became Wendigo. That is not any of the origins of Wendigos that I have heard before, but okay. The whites were decimated under the icy claws of the Wendigo. The great tide of blood even pushed a few ships back out to sea, but the Wendigo was not done yet with his vengeance, for as long as the heart of one of his fiancée's murderers still beat on Kree's territory, he would prevail. The elders say it was a force of the ancestors returned to nature that turned the young warrior. In this clearing where many ancestors had been buried in centuries past, a clearing now covered in blood spilt unjustly in a time where too many bodies were being buried, the ancestors heard the cries of the young warrior. Only a remarkable time like this could the Wendigo have been born. His vengeance satiated, the warrior became Wendigo went to rest forever. His frozen heart melted and disappeared, much like real snow come the spring. The storm that had befallen the Kree lands faded as well. There was much celebration, balance had been restored. But the whites came back too. White hatred is never satisfied by rock and bone turned to dust. They arrived by the hundreds, armed with guns and torches, burned down every village, raped every woman, smashed the head of every newborn, tortured every man that fell into their grips. Never before had unbalance been so deep for the Kree people, and ever since, it has been told that one should be satisfied with the rivers of blood brought by hatred, despite the wrongfulness done to them, because the remarkable hate comes at too steep a price. The Wendigo was never invoked again, but in the hearts of the Kree people remained a fear that one day a young warrior could once again call out with remarkable hate. Because they know, through the wisdom brought by this legend, that the Wendigo would prevail, but that this victory would come at great cost. The whites would come back, the whites would rule, none would be spared. Okay. Well, that's a new version of the origin of a Wendigo to me. I always knew it as cannibals. Being warped into a creature.
Gomme-moi la belle rose de la tulipe, qui se donne au yab sur le mercredi décembre. C'est-tu pas effrayant, cette histoire-là? Ah, la belle pétarade. En
1917, what a smoke fest. That Kaiser still remembers me. And my shotgun. Bang, 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 I told him. Bang, bang, bang. The good old days. Alright, World War I vet. You have a very nice gun, though. Little short. For a World War I rifle. So this is not a World War I rifle. Also, you have a magazine that holds like 5 bullets at best. Didn't know you were actually dealing with modern gun license or gun laws here. Take your matches.
Hey, la Corriveau, Batèche, ça te passe l'envie de te marier, la Corriveau. Elle tuait tous ses maris, squick, les uns après les autres. Pas de pitié dans le mariage.
All her husbands. So sir, is this what I think it is? Yes, it is. You live...
Ben oui, une couche. Je peux-tu tout faire en même temps, toi? Ben oui.
Yeah, diaper, what? Like, you can do everything at the same time. Sometimes you just have to sit in your rocker and shit yourself in order to stop the Wendigo from getting into your home. You know what? That's fair enough, old man. Well, I accept your answer.
Tu sens des pieds.
And we need a bottle of caribou to buy a jacket from this man so we presumably can walk the ridiculously long paths that are on the map so that we can solve the mysteries. We somehow didn't get shot, so that's impressive. So the shitter's here. This is just a barrel of wine? Probably. Yo, I like this old man. He lives in style. Aside from the, you know, latrine is a major part of his house.
There, Carl had fed his mind, but had forgotten the harsh reality that his body also needed nourishment, especially in the dead of winter.
What do you mean it needs nourishment? Are there items that I can eat? I had the option to throw steaks, not to eat steaks. Alright, well, let's go back to our car, and we'll head down to some other houses. Wait, I didn't find the key for this. Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of land that way. We'll freeze to death long before we get there, so we need that jacket. This was supposed to be like a 6-hour game. This is shaking up to be like a 10-hour game. Oh yeah, as well. So was yesterday counted as Battle Royale day for Will's stream? I think he did Sunday. No, he did Sunday Jackbox, and then... Oh. Hey, you pulled up the map? What button pulled up the map? Okay. Why can't we go backwards? Oh, there's a tree. Over the rock. We'll be fine. Boom. Ow. But also car. Blue stone, you say? I didn't take a picture of the blue stone at the back of the other peep's house. We're gonna keep this picture. And apparently we're running down towards something that requires a save. 10 or 11? Oh, that's a long time. Well, maybe I'll take a quick break. Oh, hi, wolves. Uh-huh. Death. Keep out, death. My flashlight.
The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else. It seeped into bones and into every breath to get to the heart until it stopped.
Okay, so we definitely
Carl
need
needed
the
be
jacket
dressed
to go in
warm
there.
clothes to survive.
We're gonna freeze to death because I took a step into that thing. We might. Quickly, to the car. To the car. You can make it, buddy.
Cold turned into pain. Carl needed to find someplace warm.
Okay. Where are we? So the cave's there. The next house is on the left. I don't think we can step on and take a picture of that without dying. So keep going. In fact, we may need to double back to the doctor or the crazy old man to warm up. Well, you know, we'll go forward. If there's something in the yard that I can light. House of the Patriots. Okay. Can I name my house the House of the Patriots? Yeah, I'm gonna freeze to death if I hop out and try to get into this house. We're gonna have to go all the way back. I'm not covering any warmth. But maybe there's just enough time for me to get into it. Maybe the key is... Maybe it's just already unlocked. You know?
The place looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air.
Thank you, game. I appreciate that it was unlocked. My time of need. Do I have any logs in my inventory? Don't. But thus far, everywhere we needed to start a fire had logs. So maybe we just don't need to carry logs. Bench of boiled cauliflower. Is that what he said? I heard curdled milk. Was it curdled milk and cauliflower? Because that is an interesting combination. Oh, thank you for that redemption, Cogswell. Probably make these longer. Like the 30 seconds, sometimes it's hard to even notice that they went off. Is that the
Rock
Hindenburg?
music invaded the minds of men even in the remotest of places.
Oh, it's, yeah, okay,
man
it is the
didn't own a
Hindenburg. It's
turntable,
just
though,
straight says
so
Led
there's
Zeppelin
that
on it.
going for 'em.
Unless it's misspelled, it's always hard for me to tell.
Régin Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
Oh, he's got a bunch of notes on the wall. Why wash dishes clean when clean ones are within reach? Gross. These rifles are gone. Gun rack. Thought. A gun rack. Yes, and nothing more. This is still? This is indeed a still.
You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
And yet, the old man wants some caribou. Drawers are overrated.
Carl knew right away that the owner of this place wasn't a copper collector. No, this was a junkman's base of operations. The guy definitely seemed like quite the expert in scavenging scrap metal, with or without permission, surely. In the
Three
right
pipes,
hands, red
torn
metal
straight out
could
of the
sell
house.
like hotcakes. The rag reeked of fermented vomit.
Gross.
Carl wondered how one could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions. Carl now knew how to quench the drunkard's thirst.
White whiskey, too much isn't a valid qualifier for that. Sherry white for added mellowness. Yeah, these are real recipes. Well, we got caribou. So it's time for us to go get the jacket and die in that cave where the Wendigo lives. I have an awful lot of cigarettes at this point.
Carl felt that it was mission accomplished, with the wicked nectar in his hands.
House of the Patriot. So if I start a still and disregard other laws, I can call myself the House of the Patriot? Ooh.
Garbage trucks rarely made a stop in the area. Thankfully, the lake served as a pretty good backup dump for those times when the bins started overflowing.
Please do not just, throw your shit into the lake. Please do not throw garbage straight into lakes. Patriot or not. You smoke the cigarettes to get warm? That is a question. Oh, we could probably drink the alcohol. Alcohol improves sanity. Pills, health. Water bottle, also sanity. Cigarettes, the most sanity. Aw. There's an island. It's this area. What if we have to get to the island? What the hell is that? A log. I'm freaked out by a log on the shore, apparently. This. More rocks, more logs. Maybe we should go get that jacket instead of just wandering out in the cold. Yeah, we didn't search the car of the Patriot. We did not check. There's an axe. Can I have the axe? Oh yeah!
An axe. Not too shabby. Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
Oh shit it. And my axe. Alright, let's double check our journals here. So, mystery cold, we just took a bunch of cold pictures. If they all show up here, that means we need to take a picture of the one behind the house and the one at the corner. Fled, cold, mystery, cold, nope, but they don't show up. Got it. Vandalism is done. The crash is done. Old mystery, we're missing a lot. The murder, we're getting there. And the reckless driver suggests so they do. So, so it was not a picture. Young woman. Photos. Alright. Let's give the old man his stuff. Or should we keep going first and visit the guy at the end so that we don't have to drive all the way back down here? Right? Because We're about halfway. Oh, let's go to the old man. No, it's not distracted driving. It's fine. A map is necessary. You can totally read this map while you drive down. Not like I can see where I'm going anyways. Whiteout conditions. Oh, nope, I missed a turn. Slightly. Sir, are you gonna shoot me again? Sir, it's me. Do not fire.
Critique-toi mon caribou pour revenir de même.
Oh, I have your caribou. Yeah, I do. Trade caribou for coat.
Ah, quand on cherche, on trouve. Parce que je t'aime bien à cette heure, je vais te dire quelque chose. Tu fais bien de prendre ma pénis. Parce que par là-bas, tu vas
Take my coat, because out there you'll feel the cold. Cold like you never felt before in your life. Oh. Can I? Does your jacket look good on me, old man?
Mon beau bonnet du beau temps. Puis ma ceinture, où est-ce que je glissais mon flasque. Le monde tournait plus qu'on quand on s'habillait comme demain.
Oh, look at that. We are far more cold resistant now. The cave. The cave where we're gonna freeze our balls off if we didn't have a coat. Literally the purpose of having the coat. Right there, cause why
The
not?
old man's cabin had been very generous to Carl. He couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah, the old man is generous. Cause it's cold, dog. And he's just like, there be monsters out. Stress is recovering? Is it maxed out? No? Well, guess it's time to go. Go. Let's go see what beastie lies within this cave. My axe. Where to go? My axe.
Luckily, he had the coat to protect him from the biting cold.
+2 hardware. And a hammer. Well, good thing I already have a hammer. The other path also leads you here. So.
Carl's scout training was buried deep in his memory. What do you need again to start a fire?
Wood dog. Need some wood. We built a bridge, but we don't have any wood to light on fire. Wood for bridge building. Oh, we got plenty of that. Oh. I want the lantern. That lantern. Mine or something first? There's not enough for it.
Another instance of this magic ice. What was this one doing, lying on the ground, so afraid? The plot thickened like water into ice.
Plot thickens like water into ice. I don't know if thicken is the word I would usually use. Oh, this is the other entrance, isn't it? Tell me on the map. Where are we? Oh no, we're just deep in the middle of nowhere. Got it. Oh, E. E. Nope, that's not how you change the numbers. Alright. Well. Hello, sir. What was murdering you?
A sudden cold snap struck Carl, who felt like he was pulled into a dream.
Oh, is this the Kree Hunter? Can't walk on that path, we have to walk next to the path. Yeah,
He
bruh.
had been running in fear from something creeping towards him, against which he couldn't do anything, only to end up like this, petrified and cold.
Oh, we did determine because ice is a rock, it is being petrified if you're frozen. I can't even see it. Oh, the footsteps come from this side. That makes more sense. I don't think I was supposed to be able to pull out my camera in this mode. I think I've broken things. Oh, there we go. There's a symbol. Yo, why is there dynamite here? Also, we can't put the camera away. Okay. Some more copper. Some beer. Well, it does seem to say milk. Maybe the color's just weird because it's a dream sequence. Or not dream. Past sequence. Lot of dynamite. Dynamite.
It seemed as though Régin had been ready to take up arms and slay people like Hamilton. Could he have committed murder for his cause? Who could have gotten killed in front of his very eyes?
Old Rosier has told me the mine administrators were having on us on, and the mines from before the war were neither collapsed nor inaccessible. Well, as usual, the old man was right. Those damn English people keep lying to us every damn day because we're just slaves to them. Water boys, white Negroes, like...
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
Oh, am I dying? We're slaves. We'll see who the slaves are by the end of the year. I'll set up the heart of my government in those mines. The resistance. Watch out, fan cats. I'm putting bayonets on our cannons. The English tell us the region is full of resources. The resources they're forgetting about is our seniors. It's full of old people around here, and they got plenty of resources. Old man Rosier, in exchange for a full load of bottles of caribou a day, put us in contact with the best our country has to offer. Veterans, hunters, and salt of the earth, I'm telling you. These people have shotguns upon shotguns and blinds all over the territory. They agree to lend me some. Pretty much no questions asked. I still told them a big fat cat hunt was in the works. I also told them our aim was to make sure there was not a damn one of them left from here to Oswa? What's Swiss River? I don't know that word. Or that name. Even better than I thought. The guns aren't old-timey relics from the Great War. They're modern, semi-automatic weapons in there too, and dynamite stolen from the mining sites after closing. All I need now is a militia to bear these arms and kick the English out of our lands. I'm wondering who the savages will back up. There's so much... like... the writing for the time period, yes, but it is so problematic these days. All of it. Wonder who the savages will back up. I have faith they will help us and not them. Taking back their land is a matter of principle for them. God damn it, Giles really has no balls. I was aware of that before bringing him into my project. But it's so insulting to be emasculated like that. He told me in his wimpy voice that he has something to blackmail Big Hamilton with. What's the point of blackmailing him when he could just blow his head off?
The cold was burning Carl. He would not hold up much longer. He had
now
to
I've been
warm
better off
himself.
speaking to his wife, Giselle. Now she's something, that woman. Fine. My inventory is full, so I can't pick up the wood to start a fire. Why does this game have inventory management? I'm gonna drop, discard that, discard the pliers, back, pick up wood, start fire, pick my shit back up. Jeez, and now how do I find this note again? Oh, geez, it's getting huge. Kind of as I predicted, because I'm weird to do a radial menu for something like this. Everyone knows she's the one who wears the pants in that couple, yeah, whatever. Lamoth has given up too, that coward. On the other hand, the Lasmoths, they're not serious enough. They have a few screws loose. You can't start a revolution with crazy people. Is this pot and kettle here the dude who's trying to start a revolution and set up a new government, or presumably Quebec, or at least northern Quebec, in some random abandoned mine with veterans from World War I in 1970 with who seems to spend his time moonshining and stealing copper, calling someone crazy. Here, I know you would have been on my side. You would have been a lieutenant in my army. Rest in peace. Eaten by wolves. Not an easy way to kick the bucket. Some people in the village are saying you brought this on yourself by poaching those wolves. And that, in the end, that they brought you to justice in their own way. There will be a monument to your name in my new Quebec. The 28th of September. I'll have to free the Manistan region all by myself. Alexander Bless didn't appreciate it when I baited him by praising his brother. That guy has changed since Pierre was found. He's been miserable. I tried talking to him about it, but the big oaf only punched the mirror, and that made his hand bleed. I'll give freedom to my country without those tender-hearted folks. They'll thank me later. What happened last night was horrible. I'd never seen someone die like that right next to me. I feel sick. So much blood. I'm wondering if revolution really is for me after all. And that's the end. Cool. Please put the camera away, game. Oh. Can't take that. Oh, hey! Can I have a gun? My inventory's full. I can take the dynamite with me. Seems to have made some modifications. One hardwire. Or was that hardwire or hardware? It must be hardware. Alright, well now we need to do some inventory management. Weighs so much. Like nowhere close to a full inventory. Wait. Consumables? Is the weight in consumables? Oh, not really. 2 first aid kits. Just a lot of small things that add up. Can't drop crowbar. So it weighs nothing. Okay. Well. Drop some items. Build gas tank, I guess I can just leave here. Oh, there's only one of them. Why can't I just put it in my truck? I feel like I should be able to store stuff in my truck. I got a whole truck. Seen 2 hammers thus far. Let's assume there are multiple hammers. Drop a hammer. Probably better to not drop a tool. Fortunately, they're the only things that really have any weight to them. Or weighs like nothing too. Okay. Few guns you can bring them at the same time. They really want me to take a gun, huh? these just give sanity, so I can drop these. Just carry the cigarettes. That enough for a gun? Enfield rifle.
Ice seemed to take over this place like mold. That wall wasn't there earlier. How was he going to get out of here?
Dynamite. Dynamite. I hope I have inventory space to bring some dynamite to start blasting ice in a cave. Unnatural ice in a cave. What could go wrong? I don't know. I could probably drop the lantern. The lanterns seem particularly useful. And after we blast our way out, I'm going to have to take a quick break to reboot the camera. Brew another cup of tea. And then keep going until Will's live. Since I'm probably taking forever to play this game and reading out loud every problematic thing they put in front of me. Oh, run!
The ice, oddly, did not budge despite the powerful fiery blast. Something was definitely rotten in this place.
Okay, we'll go the other side. With my lantern. Because it feels more thematically correct. What happens if I run out of dynamite? Okay. Where we live now. What? There we go. So we go back under it this way. This fixed.
Carl suddenly felt observed. He was worried about a presence around him.
Hi, doggo. Hi. Hi, dog. Hi. Don't make me kill you. Nope, nope, that's not a useful button. None of these buttons draw a weapon. I'm glad there's a quick access menu that does nothing of value. So that wolf was made of snow? But I still feel bad about hacking that wolf with an axe. How much damage did it do to me? Third of my health? That's fine. That dude's breathing inside of his ice. Well, place the dynamite. Yeah.
No stone can withstand the force of dynamite.
Well. Pretty hard stones. Guess it depends on how you're putting the dynamite. It matters a lot if you're just placing dynamite on top of a rock versus, you know, putting a hole in it. So you can stuff the dynamite in there the way you blast granite normally. Down. Oh. We're low on sanity. We're out of the cave. Not far from our trusty car. Our trusty metallic steed. Rusty salted bottom. Save us. Save us, car. I even park. Is that my car? Car, radio's on. We read our journal? No. Look at the map, though. We'll go to the house at the end of this road, in a bit. But for now, we're gonna take a quick break.